I'm gonna move this away. Move it away. Where do I take it to? Down here? No. Okay, let me just leave it here. Right. So let us continue. I said, yeah, so welcome to this class, another session of SQL. My name is Godwin, and I'll be your lecturer for this evening. We're going to continue from where we stopped. We did the comparison operators last week. We're going to look at the remaining types of where clauses. And the first one we will look at is the range condition. What are the keywords? Who remembers the keywords for the range condition?
Where?
The range condition.
The range condition. Okay.
Between.
Between and?
Not between.
Between and not between. Between and not between. Okay, so let us just say we want to let me take an example of let's go back into our database and see what we can use. Training employee details. Okay, so let's make this our. Let's change this one. Remember, like I said, when you are writing your queries, you need to change from master to whatever database you want to use. Okay. Otherwise, you would have problems. You may not make mistakes, but you would think you've made mistakes if you don't change from master. Okay, so let us, for example, say we want to, assuming your manager has told you to find all payments between a certain range. Let's go into, okay, before we do that, let's write this. Let's do this. Select all from which table can we use here? Let's see, we can use employee. Okay, we can use this one from pay elements. Okay, this is everything from pay elements. Okay, so but your manager just wants you to find just salaries between a certain range. Let's say they want to find the top earners. Find the top earners in the organization. So assuming the top earners are people who earn maybe from 40K to, let's say, 60K. We can see from this database. This is quite an old database. Even looking at the dates that it was created, you would see that it's quite an old database. So the pay is still quite small. But you can see that we have, I think the highest earner here is 55K. But assuming your manager asks you to find all payments between 40,000 and 60,000. I have pretty much given you the query, how to write the query, haven't I? So what will you do?
So we can say from pay elements between 40 to, what number again did you say?
Yeah, 40 to 60.
40 to 60.
So what condition, what would be the condition? What clause are we using?
Everybody is aware of it.
Pay
It's
value.
aware. Okay, fantastic. Then another thing I've seen, I checked the board and I see that they've moved all of the work, the committed item.
Okay, please,
all the
those
work
talking about
what they had
Azure
done
board
is
can
in-
please leave our class.
Sorry, I was joining on my other device.
Okay. Right. So they want you, which clause are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Could you please repeat the question again?
Which clause are we talking about?
Pay value.
No. Pay value is just an attribute.
Okay. Between.
No.
Is that one?
Between is a condition. We're talking about the where clause. Where? You've forgotten that this is all of this, most of the things we spoke about last week is based on the where clause. At the end of each of the statements that we made last week, we ended with what? Where. Remember the select, the format of the select clause? We said it starts from where? Select, from, which are the mandatory parts of the select clause. And then we have where, all the order by, having, group by, all of those things. And we said we use those other bits and pieces as and when needed. So from last week, we started looking at the where clause within the select statement. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you're making sense. Where clause, where we can use all those comparison and all of them.
Yeah.
The
So
range.
we're looking at where pay, we see the value, the amount we are looking for has got the attribute for that amount is what? The pay value,
Pay
right?
value.
Yeah. So where pay value between
40.
40,000 and 60,000. So if we run this query, we will get just those ones who earn these figures, right? In much the same way, if we wanted those ones who earn below 40,000, what would we do?
You say,
What would we do?
you can say pay value less than.
No.
What did you say? What amount are we talking?
We want to use the range condition. We're using the range
The range
condition.
clause.
Pardon?
The range clause.
Condition.
Condition, okay.
Between 0 to between 0 and 399.
No, okay, hold it. Listen carefully. You have already found those who earn between 40 and 60K. You want to find those who earn less than 40K.
Okay, so
Not between.
Not between. Not between. You don't need to worry yourself going to write a completely, of course you can use the less than to find all those. You can use the the comparison condition of less than 40,000 to get all those values. But if you have already written this one, why waste time writing another
a
one?
new one.
Do you understand?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So you don't need to waste time on these things because, I mean, they'll give you the same result. And if we run this, you would see that we'll get the remaining of the values. So here we have 144 rows. And here, how many rows did we get? How many rows did we get here? 3 rows. Let's see how many rows there are all together within this. It should add up to what? We got 3 here and we got 144 there. It should add up to 147.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Okay, with the query just written, we said where P value is between 40 and 60. So if you say not between 40 and 60, so it will give you, that should supposed to give you less than 40 and anything above 60.
Anything above, that's correct. But we don't have anything above 60. In fact, the highest we have is 55. The highest we have is 55.
Basically, if you're working, like, for example, you don't know the range of the highest values, basically. So if you want to get less than 40%, what will not be
Ideally, you want to
query
get
for
less
that?
than 40. Ideally, you want to get less than 40. What you do is just do a less than 40.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because if you
What do you
say
do?
not between, when you
Yeah.
have a value above 60,000, then you're going to get less than 40
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everything.
You are very right. But the reason why I went this way is because we already have this and we know exactly what is inside the database. Right? So if we were to do this one, we would get the same result that we got.
Yeah.
You see that we still have 144 rows. So this statement here and that statement are the same thing. In result terms, not in, like Oga Chris just said, not in principle terms, because if there were values over 60,000, they would have been part of this result. So very good for bringing that out. Do we get that?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let us use the AdventureWorks. Let me see if we can get something from AdventureWorks database. Let me just see if we can get something from AdventureWorks database. So this is something that I'm not sure if I think I have here. Which version of AdventureWorks do you have? My version is quite old. I have 2014. Which one do you have?
I think it's okay. Is it not the same one? Okay, we need to open our.
Somebody share your screen. Let me see. Who can share screen?
Fortunately, I can't minimize my screen.
Let me stop sharing. Somebody share screen. I just want to see which version of AdventureWorks you have and whether what I can use out of that to generate the same kind of query. If nobody's ready, I'll call a name. Aderonke, can you share screen? Do you have AdventureWorks installed?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you share your screen, please?
Okay.
Your this thing is okay. Maximize your screen so that we can. Let me you see where come down a bit. Come down a bit. Go, yeah. Stay there. Go to your left slightly. Click on that trickle arrow. and increase your font size to 150%. Okay, scroll, let me see, where are your tables? Where are your databases? You've closed that section. Where are your tables? Go to view, let me see. I think you should get it from view. It's been a long time I did this thing. View.
Why can't she do full screen? Maybe it will come in.
No, she has full screen. You have full screen, right? Okay. Go to full screen. Let's see. It's still the same thing. We can't see your tables. No, don't go to extensions. Come to edit. Let me see. I want to see where you can come to view. It should be under view. Click on, let me see. Okay, close. Okay, stop sharing. I'll find out and come back to you. Who has the tables displaying?
I do have the table, but and because I'm recording, I don't know if I can. It's not allowing me to minimize.
Okay, Chinelu, you have tables displaying?
So I can't minimize to open my table.
Okay, you are Chinelu. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Osla?
All the tables you asked us to do.
Now, do you have the Adventure Works table?
No, I can't see it.
You don't have it. Okay, that's fine. Right, no problem. Let's continue. Let's continue with my one. But I'll come back to you. Who just showed the screen? Is it Aderonke? There's a way we can get the tables. It's just a view. How you've done something to your view, so the tables are hidden. They are not lost, they are only hidden. We can get them back. I have forgotten how I got how to get these back.
Godwin, let me see if I can share mine, yeah?
Okay, if you have. Okay, expand this thing, full screen.
I'm on my full screen. Is it better now?
Yes, okay. Go to new query.
New query, where is that? Yeah.
And then click into databases.
So it's 2020.
You have the 2020 version.
Yeah.
I have a 2014 version, which is quite old. But it doesn't matter. If the table I'm looking for is in there, we can use it. Open up the
Adventure.
Yeah, open it up. Let's see. Open up tables. I'm looking for a table called Fact Finance.
Fact Finance. Yeah, it's down here. It's here.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so come into your workbench.
Yeah.
Are you in your workbench?
Yeah.
Okay, click select all. Type select all.
Type select all, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From Fact Finance.
From Fact Finance, yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that? Yeah. Fact Fact finance is one word.
It's
So I
one
don't need
word.
underscore, yeah?
No, you don't need underscore.
Okay. Yeah, I've typed that.
Okay, now, straight away, who can tell me what is wrong with this? Is the query wrong?
Yeah, that's why it's underlining it, isn't it?
Is the query wrong?
Did I forget to put comma?
No, you don't need to put comma.
Okay.
No, my question is the query wrong?
No,
No. So what is wrong?
because it's under master.
Beautiful, because it's under master.
Oh, yeah. Should I refresh?
No, you don't need to. It will adjust itself.
Yeah, it's adjusted itself. Yeah.
Okay, so execute.
Godwin, please, if I may ask, where is this Adventure Works data from? Because I don't have it.
You don't have it.
Remember the one Ebenezer gave us to upload. All the lesson were uploaded from Ebenezer.
Oh, okay.
Last lesson. Yeah, it's part of it. Adventure
Oh,
Works
okay.
CW
because I don't have it as well.
It's on the chat. It's on the Telegram group.
Those files he asked us to download. Remember, that was what we did. We actually did last lesson. We were saving it. He was asking us to click and save. Remember, on our PC.
Okay, now so that your view is a little bit clearer, come down a bit.
Okay.
Come down, move your cursor down to where to where you have the 100%.
To where I have 100%. Okay, is it this one?
The results panel, upper part of it, upper part of the results.
Other part of
to the upper part of your results. Don't scroll up the results. Upper part of your results, to the left of that pane.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, you see where you have the highlighted what is it called?
Is it here?
Yeah,
Number
go up
one.
a bit. Go up a bit.
Yeah.
Above
results.
results. Above results.
Yeah, results. Yeah.
Above that.
Yeah. Should I click
100%?
It? Yeah, there is 100%. Yeah.
Okay. Click on the trickle arrow.
Yeah.
And select 150.
150. Okay.
Okay. Now, so these are the results of amounts, salaries, I believe, for employees in an organization. So we may, for example, want to find figures between a certain range. So if, for example, your manager should ask you to find all salaries between 75,000 or 750,000 to 1 million. $750,000 to 1 million. What will you add to this to get the result you require?
Please, could you repeat the question? I didn't get it.
You want amounts between 750,000 to 1 million pounds, dollars, whatever. What will you add to this query to get what you require?
I think we'll have to remove the
Where
Where
amount?
Now, so listen carefully to the question. The answer is in the question. What will you add to this to get an amount between 750,000 and 1 million?
Are we going to use those between from fact finance?
What do you think we should use? It's a range, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a range. So once you have a range, you have to use a range condition. Between, not between. Can you come down to the next line, please? And you are not writing the correct thing. So what should precede what she tried to write?
Where?
Where? And what attribute
Amount.
are we talking about?
Where value?
Which value?
Amount.
Or
What
salary?
attribute? No.
Amount.
Look
Amount.
Look at the attributes there. Is there salary?
No, it's amount.
Amount. So where amount?
Yeah.
Between 750,000 and 1 million. Okay, so execute the query. Let's see what you get. Yeah. So if you look at the results she has now, you would see every value there should be between these two. It should be between this range. And if you flip it to if you do the flip side, not between, you get every other value that is not between this range. So this is where what 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶 said comes into play. There will be values in here more than 1 million. In fact, there are values in here more than 1 million. Okay, so in that regard, when you do the not between, you should get everything less than 75,000 and everything greater than 1 million. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay. Stop sharing so that I can share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, I got the side pane back.
You got it. How did you get it? Did you get another view?
Yes.
Okay.
And I clicked on Object Explorer.
Okay, that's cool.
I didn't get the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer.
So let me share my screen back.
Godwin, please,
Yep.
I just want to ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you use an operator to get that values the way you want it?
Which operator?
Like all this less than and equal to, maybe equal to this and
Okay,
this.
so you can, all right. So you want to use a compound comparison operator. So what you can do is, for example, say that where amount is less than 750,000 and greater than
or equal to
1 million.
Okay.
You can use that too. But you see that then it starts becoming a little bit more complex. You are now thinking. Because if you are not careful with that and you happen to go and use all, it spoils everything. But yes, you can use the comparison operator there. You can use a comparison operator for that one too. All that is necessary is for you to write the right query.
All right, thanks.
No worries. Okay, so let's go to the third bit, the third part of that. The third is what? The set membership, right? Set membership.
Godwin, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, am I not? Oh,
No.
gosh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing. So we have set membership, right? And what did we say about set membership? What are the keywords for set membership?
In and not in.
In and not in. In and not in. Okay, I will use this. I will use this table here, for that. I have a number of things in there that would easily explain what I want to achieve in that. Marital status. So let me, for example, say that we want, let's first of all see. Let's first of all see everything that is in there. Okay. Select all from marital status. Right, so this is what we have there. So we have employees who are married, some are separated, some are cohabiting, some are single, divorced, etc. So if we, for example, want to find people who are married, we can group these in these, we can have clusters of these groups, right? Married people, separated people, divorced people, people cohabiting. These are different what would you members, right? They belong to a certain group. Being a having a membership means belonging to a certain group, right? It's just like when you are in school and they say class of 2005. You belong to the group of people who graduated or finished school in 2005. So you're a member of that set. That is what this simply means. So how do we use the set membership condition? It is very it is pretty straightforward. Let's get this. And we use a where clause again because we want to write a condition. So we use the where clause. Where marital status.
Hello, Godwin, please, if I may ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the keyboard short way of running your code?
Of running?
Your code, instead of going up there to do execute.
Of running the code?
Yeah. Is there a keyboard way, shorthand?
I think you select and then type and then enter. Let's try. We'll try it.
Thank you.
Married, where marital status in. Now this is a string in here. So we need to represent it as a string, okay? Married. Let's run this and see. Somebody said we should. Now. So you see running it just.
If you enter, you delete it.
Yeah, you delete it.
Because you highlighted it.
Oh, because I've highlighted it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Grace, you love shortcuts.
There is a shortcut, actually. I agree with her.
Yeah.
I agree with her. So you see that everything here is what? Married. All the people here is just giving us everything that is married. Now, we can't use a comparison operator here. And we cannot use a range. Why? We can't use a comparison operator because comparison operators are only used on figures. And we can't use a range because these conditions are not within any ranges. They are simply members of groups, which is why this is important. So assuming in your organization, your manager asks you to select all workers from the sales department. All members from the sales department. How would you write that query? Yeah? Who can tell us how to write that query? Do we have something here that can do that? Let me see. I don't think so. We don't have departments within this for this, but I believe we can get departments in AdventureWorks. Let me see if I can get something from AdventureWorks we can use. Let me see.
There's department group.
Where is that?
Deemed department group in the AdventureWorks.
Deemed department. I can't find that.
Is
I'm not necessarily looking for department. I'm looking for something that, okay. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me change this. Let me change my data source to AdventureWorks. And then select. Let me do select all first. From deemed department group. Deemed department group. Let's see what we have under that, okay? No, we don't have much there. We can use this. We can't use this. Okay, let's see sales territory. Sales territory. Sales territory. From deemed sales territory. Deemed sales territory. Yep, we can use this. So assuming you were told to select people from, let's say, North America, where sales territory group is North America. Right? What will you do? It's the same thing. Where sales territory group, the same query, where sales territory group, sales territory group, sales territory group in North America. And these are the groups we have. These are the North American sales groups. right? See that all of these are sales territory group. It does happen that Canada, but that's sales territory country, right? But when we're looking for sales territory group, which is what we have declared here, which is what we have declared in our query, then we are looking at this attribute, sales territory group. Is that okay? All right, now let's revert to our marital, our employee details. Let's revert to that. So in much the same way, if we are looking for people who are not married, then we can use people who are not married. Then we can use not in, right? Not in, married. And that would give us all the other groups, all the other people. Again, here we can use a compound comparison. Compound comparison statement. Compound, or rather compound set membership. Set membership. Compound set membership. So if, for example, you know that married people will normally cohabit, right? So assuming we want married people who are cohabiting, what would we do? Married people who are cohabiting. So we are looking for people who are married and are also cohabiting. Married and cohabiting. Cohabiting, habits. ING. So here you see that we have people who are married and are cohabiting. It gives us just that result that we are looking for. Just those results that we are looking for.
Gordon, please, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So, this one is married and cohabiting. What about if it is or, now not and?
If it is what?
Or.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that. So let's see what we have. Married or cohabiting. What do you think we will get? In fact, that's quite a good question, actually. That is a brilliant question. But I think it would give us the same result. Or cohabiting. It's not accepting that. Let me see if this would work. And cohabiting. No, it's not working. Actually, I think this statement here takes care of that. Now, if you look at it carefully, married, cohabiting. They are married and cohabiting, or married or cohabiting, which is why none of them is working here. So this here takes care of both of those conditions because this is slightly different from comparison statements in the sense that these are strings, not figures. We can't say unless of course we do what is called what is it called? Oh gosh, what is this? It just escaped my mind. Subqueries, unless we do subqueries. Now, subqueries are queries within queries, but we haven't reached there yet. So we can use, from your question, we can use what is called subqueries. So a subquery is when you create a query to use it within another query. So we can create a query of people who are cohabiting, and then we use it within a query of people who are married.
Okay,
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but I have another question.
Okay.
Probably two. So with what we've done, that means and or, they are not like is it a clause? I think
Is
you
it a
use
what?
the word clause. It's not, they are not clause on SQL because like clause
No,
like
no, no, no,
select
no. They
on.
are. Look here. We've used and. We use and
Okay,
here,
yeah.
right?
All right.
And
Yeah.
we could have also used or here,
Okay.
right? We've used and here. They are. But
Okay.
within this particular context, it will not work. We need to use there's another word for there's another term for subqueries. Why is this escape? Yeah, but generally they are called subqueries, a query within a query.
Okay.
So we create a query which is used within another query to answer the two questions. We will come to that as we progress.
All right. And I have another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my question is it that this is not working now because married and cohabiting is in the same variable, which is the marital status? Probably if there is another variable that we are trying to compare both, probably the and all.
No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason why.
Okay, because you were saying that because married and cohabiting are string, so, and I feel like probably they might still work even though they are string, or I don't know if you get my point.
That is not the reason why. The reason is that we need to create subqueries to answer that kind of question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. So let's make progress. Let's make progress. Let's make progress. So you can do other ones on your adventure works. On your adventure works, let me give you one question. Let me give you a question. Select all. Let me see dim geography. Okay, let me see what I have here first before I write this. Before I write this question. Select all from dim geography. Let me change the source. Select all from . Let me see what we have here. State province, state province, state province, state province name. Okay. My question is select all, or rather return. Let me use the word return. Return all rows from the dim geography table where the state province name. It's one word, isn't it? Actually, let me split it up and see what you would do. State province name is Ontario. Ontario. So that's a question for you to try. That's a question for you to try, okay? Now let's go to the next one quickly, because I want us to finish this today. The next one is very interesting, and it is the longest. Or pattern match. What are the keywords for pattern match? You remember that? Like and not like. These are the keywords. Now, this is a very, very important part of the where clause. Now, the reason for the pattern match is simply this. It is not every time you will be looking for something and you get it straight away. It is not every time you would know what you are looking for. Or it's not, let me rephrase, it's not every time you will know fully or completely what you are looking for. There are certain times that you have just bits and pieces of information. But with those bits and pieces of information, if you know exactly what to do, you can create patterns. You can use those bits and pieces of information to form patterns which would allow you to get what you are looking for. So that is where this comes into play. So when you say pattern match, so you are looking for something that follows a certain pattern. Something that looks like something else. Right? And there are two main tools that we can use in our pattern match queries. And these are called wildcards. They are called wildcards. And the first wildcard is the modulus wildcard. Some will say percentage, but in this context, it is referred to as modulus. And the other wildcard is the underscore. the modulus, and then the underscore. These are the wildcards we want to look at. These are the two wildcards that help us. Right. There are various versions of this. We would first of all look at the modulus, then we will look at the underscore. So let me just write a few things before we progress. One minute, okay? I just want to have all these down before then we can start discussing it. Are we all from Nigeria? So we know the town called Lagos, right? And then we can have the opposites of these, the reverse of these three. Right. Now, what is the meaning of these statements? What have I just written? What is the meaning of these? Now, remember I said from the beginning that it is not every time you would know completely what it is that you are looking for. You could have just bits and pieces of information. Now, if you know what exactly to do, you can, with those bits and pieces of information, get to where you, or get what you are looking for. So, assuming I am looking for, who can I use in this class? Who can I use? Assuming I'm looking for Chinelu. Chinelu owes me money and I'm looking for her. She has run away. She has been running away from me. But I know that Chinelu lives in London. And her address starts with H. That is what this is about. And this is what, law enforcement use to catch a lot of people. And not only them, credit agencies, they use it a lot to get a lot of people. You know that somebody lives at this, you don't know the full address, but you know that the address starts with H. So what do? You write a query to say that give me all addresses that begin with H. Now, what this simply means is that the address must start with H. It doesn't matter what the rest of the address is. The rest can be anything. So the first character is an H, right? What this one means is the last character must be H. The last character must be an H. Now, who can tell me what this one would mean?
That means it's in between.
You have an idea, but not exactly. When you say
It's in Lagos.
when you say
Lagos must be included in the address.
the address must by all means include Lagos.
Lagos, okay.
The address must by all means include Lagos. That is what it means. So am I writing? Where am I? Where I'm typing and the things seem to have disappeared. Where was it? Where was I typing? Means the first character. The first character must be H. The rest can be anything. Contain Lagos. Okay, so that's simply what these things mean. And it's very interesting, actually. Because with this, you can get anybody you want, so long as you have just a little bit of information about them. So long as you have just a little bit of information. And that is why the police can catch a lot of criminals. Instances of that. Now, instances of the underscore. Let's look at instances of the underscore before we start implementing these, before we start executing these, okay? Instances of underscore. Instances of the underscore. I will need to adjust how I present this to you, simply because of the way to make it look appealing to the eyes, not because of any other thing. 4.7. Addresses like, we are not going to use this anymore, but we're going to use the underscore. Now I'm going to leave space. I said to make it appealing to the eye. So this is what I mean. Ideally or realistically, if you are writing a word, assuming I'm writing house, I won't leave space between the words, between the letters, would I? But if I were to do that, you wouldn't see exactly what I'm trying to show here. Right? It wouldn't become very clear what I'm trying to show here, right? So for the purpose of this lecture, I am going to leave space between the characters. Now, what does this mean? Who can tell us what this means?
House number.
Pardon?
I said house number.
Where is the house number?
I'm just saying. But why did you put 4 underscores though?
I can put 10.
Oh, okay.
I can put
thought it
10. I
was
can
just
put
going to
20.
be
I can put 100.
Okay.
I can't just continue putting underscores in indefinitely. So I've just decided to stop at 4. I can put another one. If you want me to put another one, I can add another one.
Yeah, I don't understand the reason for the 4. I thought one will suffice.
If I were just to put one, yeah, one doesn't matter actually. I could have put 1. I could have put 1. I could have put 100. So who can tell us what this really means?
Does it mean any address that have that begins with H?
Yes, the address must begin with H. The first character must be H. And
can have the rest as anything.
No. And must necessarily have how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. H starts and then there are 5 other characters. Necessarily.
The underscore gives us the rest of how many? All right.
Yeah. How do you spell necessary? Necessary. Is it double C or one C? Necessarily have 6. Is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Must have 6 characters. Is that making sense now?
Yeah, I have a question, please.
Yes, please shoot.
Okay. Is the space between each underscore, is it like should it have space or it should not have space? Are you
It
just
shouldn't
showing
have
us?
space. It shouldn't have space. Remember,
All
I
right.
said right from the beginning that to appeal to the eyes, for us to see clearly what we are doing, that's why I've put spaces. But ideally, realistically, there shouldn't be spaces. So it should actually be like this. But if it were like that, would you be able to easily count the number of underscores I've put there?
No, Albert, we won't be able to. So if we write it, if it's like this, then how do you know how many characters the address you have?
Exactly. That is why I've intentionally put space there. But when you are writing a query with this, you don't need to put spaces in there. Do you understand? When you are writing a query with it, you wouldn't be putting spaces.
So what distinguishes the number of words other number of letters to make up. Like, so is it when you write the command, you now put the 6 or 5, or is that the one it takes?
I don't understand your question.
You know, because you put spaces on it, that enabled us to know how many other letters will go in. Yeah. Even us 6.
Yeah.
So if I don't have that.
Oh, the
underscore, I mean.
No, your SQL, your management studio will know.
So I just need to mention in the.
You don't need to mention. So like this, like this now, assuming you see this wood is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. Okay.
So the system knows that
knows.
5
Okay.
underscores.
All right.
But I have just done this like this just to appeal to the eyes. Okay, it is not the right thing to do. It's just for appealing to the eyes. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Yes, Abba.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
Godwin, before I start calling you Abba.
Okay, so let's see. Let me take this out of here and then put it there. So somebody should tell us what this is.
I think it will be the opposite of the other one.
The opposite. So this should be the last character.
Yeah.
Last character must be an H.
Yeah,
and
must necessarily have 6. Yeah.
Okay, let me increase that. I don't want it to be 6 now. Let's make it something more fanciful. Let's say we want to write hippopotamus. Oh, hippopotamus doesn't start with an H. It doesn't end with an H. Sorry. Oh, gosh.
Backward spelling is allowed.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for understanding. Yeah, so this one, the last character must necessarily be an H and must have how many characters altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It must necessarily have 8 characters. Okay. So let's see, how can we use this? Let's skip to our AdventureWorks database. Let's skip to our AdventureWorks database. How can we use this knowledge that we now have? How can we use this? Let's again select all from select all from dim geography.
Excuse me, Albert.
Pardon?
I have the voice too.
You have a question?
Yes.
Okay, shoot.
So the rest, like that, modulus, Lagos modulus, we cannot use, we don't have the other score on for this, the other score version for it.
Oh no, there are 2 main wildcards. There are 2 wildcards, the modulus wildcard and then the underscore.
Yes. But
right?
you know, under the modulus,
they do slightly different things. They do slightly different things. Now, the modulus is used in you use the modulus if you want to find something that looks like something you've declared within the modulus statement, or that has got something within the modulus statement. And you use the underscore to look for things that have got a certain particular character of characters. Do you understand?
Yeah,
So that's the difference.
yeah. That means the one of modulus, Lagos, modulus, we can still have the underscore Lagos underscore.
Come
Can we
again?
understand? Like the way we had modulus, Lagos, modulus. And we have underscore
No,
Lagos.
modulus is no. I think you are getting it wrong. This here, okay. If I had written this, what would it mean? If I had written modulus church modulus CHURCH, what do you think this would mean?
That means it has to have church.
That means that within what's the characters that we are looking for, there must be the word church there.
Yeah.
Now I've only used addresses. Forget about address. It could be names. It could be anything, right? It could be names. So assuming I'm looking for a girl called Chioma, and I type modulus Chioma modulus. And what I'm simply saying is that within all the names that there are, if it is going to give me a result, that result must contain the name Chioma. Do you get the point? That is what it means. It's different from these ones. Now, this here is simply saying that if it is going to give me a result, the result must start with H and must contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. There is a difference. It's not the same thing. So they do different things. Okay, but they are both used in pattern searches. So let's see. We want to find this. Let's see what we have here so that we see which attributes we can use. Fortunately, there are a lot of things we can use here. There are a whole lot of attributes we can use here. Let's see. Which attributes can we use? Okay, at the moment, do we see, let's see, let me scroll down the results. You see, at the moment, when you look at this at a glance, you think that everything is what? Australia, isn't it? If you look at that at a glance, you would think everything is just Australia, 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 Australia. But assuming you want to test the waters, and then you say that, okay, let me see if there is any other thing there. Let me see if there is any other name within this. Let me see if there is any other name there. The attribute is what? English country region name. So where English country, English, and English. How do you spell English? English country region name. where English country region name, like, let me use caps, like, is there a name within this that is Canada? It's a string, so I've put it in quotes. Let's see if it will give us that. And it gives us the Canada part of it. English country region name. Do you get that? It only gives us Canada. Okay, let's do another one. Let's use the underscore. State province. Where state province name. State province name, like, let's first of all see what we have there. State province name. Let's just count the number of characters here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? There are 6 characters in this. So let's use the underscore in this particular instance. And let's say it starts with Q, and there are 6 characters all together. So how many underscores shall we write? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that okay? Let's run this and see what we would have. It gives a state province name of Quebec. Now, in this particular case, it would not necessarily give us just Quebec. If there are other names starting with Q and having 6 characters. So assuming the name was something like, let's say Queens, Queens. How many characters are there? 6. Queens is also 6. Assuming there was something like Queens in this understate province, it would have returned that as well. Because all we have told it to do here is to do what? Return names that start with Q and necessarily having how many characters? 6 characters. Names that start with Q and necessarily having 6 characters. That's all we have told it to do. Let's see if we can get something, a mix of something somewhere. Let's see if we can have, let's run this again and see if we can have a mix that we can use. We have Alexandria. I want to mix. If anybody spots anything, let me know. City Alexandria. Is there another A somewhere? Paris, P. One, two, three, four.
There's an A. Arjan.
How many characters are in Paris? Is it 5? Paris is 5, right?
Yes.
I've seen another P. Let's see if how many characters are there. If I just want a word that has got different words but same number of characters, either starting or ending with the same character. So we have Paris.
Leeds.
What leads? What is the other word? Okay. Now the thing with this is, assuming we just reduce this by 1. So that would be how many characters? Let's see. Will that work? Who thinks this would work? Will it still give us 𝐂𝐓? Who thinks it would work? Will it work?
We never know until we try.
No, it's not going to work. We are saying that it must necessarily have 5, how many? 6 characters. So it's only going to give us things that start with Q and have how many characters? 5. So it's only when there are words here that start with Q and have 5 characters that it would work. So if we run it, you see that it doesn't work. It doesn't return anything. Okay, so let me put that back. And then when we run it, it does work this time. Okay. Now let's try another one. Let me see. Let me just see. Oops. Isaac. Jed, can you put the dogs away, please? Let's assume that we have something like, okay, let's do something else. E. Let's see if we'll get, how many characters do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Let's see if we will get that. Let's see if this will return anything. Oh, yes, it did. It did return state, province, name. Okay, so you see here, it has, how many characters are there? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Main has got 5 characters, and some has got 5 characters as well. Different names, but because the pattern, it follows this pattern, it follows the pattern of 5 characters ending with an E, it returns all the results that match that pattern, that follow that pattern. Am I making sense? Are we making sense? Okay. Now let's look at the last bit, the null condition. Now, who can tell me what null stands for? Yeah, what is null? Who understands null, the concept of null? What does it mean? Yes, yes, please, let's make progress. What does null mean? Null. We use it every time, right? But what does it really mean? Who knows what it means? I want some ideas. Somebody help me here. I want some ideas.
Cancelled.
Pardon?
Cancelled.
Cancelled. Oh, okay. So you're looking at the literal being. No, no, okay, okay. All right, okay. Cancelled. But not, no, I don't, that's not the meaning I'm looking for. Sometimes when you look at your
Yeah,
ex,
Godwin, it
yep,
means that nothing is existing there, but it is not zero, cannot be empty, but nothing is existing there.
nothing is existing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not totally blank. It is not empty. So
I
but
agree,
nothing is
I agree
existing.
with you on everything you've said except the very last bit.
Which one is that one?
Nothing is existing there.
How do I put it? Means that there is no value.
No, that's not what it means. It simply means that we don't know what the value is.
It's unknown.
Yeah, that's what null is. We don't know the value.
Okay.
So when we don't know the value,
So it has to do with numbers, yeah? Not words. Yeah, Godwin?
that is a technical question. Very technical.
When you say value, that means
yeah,
it's
simply
measurable.
we don't know what is there.
It's there, okay. Okay.
We don't know what is there. There is something there, but we simply don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. That is simply what null is. But not most of the time in fact, you would even hear some people saying null is zero. That is very, very, very wrong. Null is never zero. Null simply means there is nothing there. Right? Now, let's just run a simple query. Let me change my database. Let me change my data source. So let me run a simple query. Select all from, oh no, let me still use the AdventureWorks. I think I can use AdventureWorks for this. I can use AdventureWorks for this. Select all from dim employees. Dim employees. Okay. Let's see what this would give us. It gives us a whole lot of things, right? A whole lot of things. But we would restrict ourselves to just a few. So assuming we just want to write, assuming we just want select title, first name, last name, From dim employees. Is there a middle name? Okay. First name, last name, middle name. Middle name. From dim employees where middle name is equal to no. So you see, I put a space here. There's a space here to represent null. Will this work? Ideally, it should work, shouldn't it? It should work. In the layman's term, it should work. You expect this to work, but will it? Will it work? Let's see if it would work. And let's find out why. Did it work? No. Why did it not work? Why did it not work? Who can tell us why it didn't work?
You didn't give it anything, really.
Oh, we did. We didn't give it something. We said
Where
middle
middle
name is
name
equal to no.
Nothing. Okay.
Because it's unknown.
So, because it's unknown, so you've hit a critical point there. Because it's unknown, so
middle name does not have none.
no. It's unknown, so we cannot equate. How do you equate something you don't know to something you know? Are you getting the reasoning behind null now? You don't know what it is. So how can you possibly equate it to anything? Right? You don't know what it is.
Which means nothing is existing there now. Because I used the word not existing. And it said is literally it's not the right word to use, it's unknown. So we don't know that thing that is existing there. So I would say literally it's not existing. Nothing is existing there.
Oh, okay. Something
Yeah,
is there, but we don't know what it is.
Okay.
That is the true meaning of null. That is the true meaning of null. Because we don't know what it is, you cannot say what it is. Do you get the point? Now, let's look at this some other way. If we were to, for example, just change this and say it's null. Will this work? Mind you, one of the conditions for null is what? It's null, it's not null. Will this work? Let's see if it would work. And it has worked.
Yeah.
Right? Because we have declared it properly. Because we don't know what it is, we can't equate it to anything. We can't say it's anything. So we have to call it as it is. Am I making sense? In the same way, if we were to look at it the flip side and we say it's not, then it will return the other ones. It's not null. where middle name is not null. So you see that it has cleared all the middle names that have got a null there. There's no middle name here that has a null value. All the middle names are not null. So when we were loading up data onto our SSMS, remember there were certain fields that we were thinking of making null values and not null values. Remember that? So this is an example of what kind of declarations you can make in your attributes so as to either allow them to display nulls or not nulls. And of course, it's not everybody that has got a middle name, right? So it just makes sense that when you are loading up a table like that into a database, you must allow for certain attributes to take null values. So if, for example, within that table, there was a declaration that a middle name cannot take a null value, this table would fail. Is that okay? Okay, so I think it's almost 11 o'clock now. Any questions for me?
Godwin,
Yep.
I wrote up some query. I don't know why it's underlining my from. Don't know what's wrong with it.
You wrote some queries. Check your data source.
Yeah, it's adventure work we're working with. It's telling me the way I wrote my from. I don't know.
Okay, no, there's nothing wrong with how you wrote your from. Just share your screen. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me stop. You share your screen. Let's have a full screen.
I do have a full screen now. So I'm having problem with these two, this one and this one. It's not returning anything. So it's
the comma behind middle name.
Okay, is that what is causing it? So at the last one, we don't need to put comma, yeah?
Yeah, these are slight differences between SQL Server and then MySQL.
Okay.
For example, in MySQL, you see all these queries we have written?
Yeah.
You would need to necessarily end each one with a semicolon.
A semicolon.
Otherwise, the next one would fail.
All right.
Yeah?
All right, thank you.
So those are slight differences between SQL and, MySQL and then
SQL.
SSMS. Yeah, the same queries, but these slight syntax.
And they are writing up.
Yeah.
Okay. There are so many. Why can't they just create one? Why are they having so many?
Any other you say, why can't you just create one? Yeah, if you like, you can do your own database management studio. And then you determine, of course, SSMS was developed by somebody. MySQL was developed by somebody.
Yeah, why are they all developing different things? But it's the same thing, it's the same work they do.
Yeah, the same work they do, but proprietary property. Different companies want to own the market.
Own something, yeah, I know. And then they are not spoiling our brain with it.
Okay. Yeah. Any other question?
Sorry, I just wanted to ask the if Deji spoke to you guys concerning your project, if you could, I don't know, last time he met you guys, did you say anything concerning your project?
Yes, Nelly, Deji spoke to us. He spoke with us about, adding our tags on the Azure board with the help of BS and SM.
Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to know because
we'll add it as PBI, then we'll have each of us underneath as tax.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
well,
Thank you.
once
That's
it's
what I'm hearing.
completed, we'll move it to done. Yeah. So we'll have something, some presence there, because it's like every time we're there, we don't have anything to comment on. We'll just be talking up and down. Yeah. But if we have there, we can talk about it. If there's any impediment, if we've done it, because he wants everybody to have presence, so nobody's hiding. So he wants it like that. So any tax that's been given from our sessions, we'll put it there.
That's a good one. Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it.
Nelly, thank you.
So, quick one, something I just forgot to mention. Let me quickly share my screen again. I think I just skipped one point. Let me just quickly share my screen again so we can see. So this statement here, where I put a space to show this, I could have also done this. I could have also done this. Okay, I could have done this and it would give us the same results as that one. So this and that are the same thing. Okay. And it's all because what? You can't equate anything to a null because you simply don't know what it is. Any other question? All right, if no question, we'll bring the class to a close.
Okay, you got when you still share the notes, yeah?
Yeah, I will share the notes.
Right.
Next week, we will quickly do something. I thought we could do that today, but time is already gone now. We'll do aggregate functions, and then we would go into something quite interesting, joins. We'll do aggregate functions, or what in most cases, for most data analysts, you would call descriptive statistics. If you've heard that term before, descriptive statistics. So when you have your data, there are certain petty things, certain basic things that describe your data. So these are usually they are the aggregate functions: maximum, minimum, average, sum, count, standard deviations, those kind of things. Okay, so we'll look briefly at how to get those things, and then we would get on to do our topic for next week, which is joins. But I thought we could do the aggregate functions today. No problem, time gone. So we will see next week.
Sorry,
All right, Godwin. Yep. Thank you.
Sorry, Godwin.
Yeah, Nelly.
Please, is there any way you could compile questions, all these query questions for, I don't know whether I'm just using two words at the same time, as in compile queries for us to, yeah, I'm not here, but I could get a copy from them for us to learn on our own during, to learn it, to know how to write it, apart from this one you're just putting here. If we can just compile those questions, it could be a way of learning. After doing it, we can submit it to you to go through it if you have the time to see. That will help us to be strong a little bit about writing queries.
Okay,
is it
so
possible?
you bring a summary of the queries.
Yes, that you know.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
It could be a good practice. Thanks.
I'll see what I can do. You want me to go into doing PowerPoints? That is what I've been avoiding.
I beg.
No, it wasn't. Must it be PowerPoint?
I beg you're doing.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll try.
All right then. Thanks.
I'll try. Okay. If there are no questions, let's bring today's session to a close. And thank you so much for. I hope we are making progress. I hope we are enjoying the class, because you must enjoy SQL.
Mm.
And you would see
There's
that
We are trying.
there's so much. Just give us the note. Let's go and be learning it.
it's easy, isn't it?
Interesting. It's not easy.
Or you want to do don't let Oga Chris come with C# and Java
Ah,
or Python.
leave Chris.
Okay, so have a very good night and a lovely weekend.
And you too, Godwin. Thank you so much.
Godwin. Thank you. Good night. Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Godwin.
Good night, everyone.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So the Scrum Masters asked when we'll be free this weekend so that they can put us through the Azure board. I don't know when we can.
And Chinelo, have you stopped recording, please?
Yes, my dear. Thank you for reminding me, Jerry. I think when it ends, I can stop, not pause this time, yeah? I'll stop.
Yes, yes.
Okay.